again, everyone. My name's Jillian. I'm here with Easy Coach. We're back in my kitchen tonight. Tonight's Monday. It's been a crazy day, and I'm here to show you a very quick chicken dinner that is sure to satisfy everyone. A lot of people think you got to get crazy with recipes, but with my busy lifestyle and the amount of jobs I currently have, full-time domestic engineer, I'm the executive assistant for Rocco Boulay, founder of Easy Coach, and also the director of operations for Integrity. Despite not having children, I have a very busy life, so I understand some of the challenges a lot of the clients have with figuring out ways to make healthy foods that are compatible with the Easy Coach meal plan, but are also tasty. So getting out of the habit of the plain old grilled chicken breast that's dried out with some frozen veggies. This is a very short recipe that is yummy. First thing I did tonight when I walked in the door was immediately, with my bag still on my shoulder, came in and preheated the oven, put it on to 425. That's where we're going to start. Next, I have my chicken, a beautiful organic chicken I picked up yesterday at the grocery store. I'm going to put some gloves on. Yes, I know, you're thinking I'm a genius. I'm not going to get my hands all yucky. They're latex free, and when I'm done, I dispose them. So I have my chicken that's prepped. This is going to take just a couple of simple ingredients. You can get more creative if you want to add more vegetables around the chicken, or if you'd like to add different herbs, so if you want to use some rosemary, lemon. But I'm going to go real basic, simple the way I like it, because I don't have a lot of time to be messing around. First thing I'm going to do is coat the chicken with some olive oil. So I have some organic olive oil, and I'm just drizzling it over the top. You can get exact with measurements, 2 tablespoons. I don't have a whole lot of time to be figuring out all these measurements, so I just eyeball it. That tends to work out. Improvisation usually leads to the best dinners. So all I'm doing right now is coating the chicken. Now I have the chicken in the pan. Breasts are facing up. The next thing I'm going to add is a little bit of black pepper. So of course in my non-germinated hand, I'm going to sprinkle a little pepper over the top. Now I'm not sure about you, but I love to have the skin on my chicken crispy. So this particular recipe is going to give you that real crispy skin, which of course on the Easy Coach meal plan we shouldn't be eating a lot of it, but sometimes I treat myself to it. Next thing I'm going to do is use some good old seasoned salt here. So all I'm doing is kind of sprinkling it over the top, so it's like it's raining. You can also tap the shaker, that makes it a little bit easier. And again, then you can use your hand to kind of rub that in if you want to spread it a little bit more evenly. You could also use sea salt if you prefer to do that, but I just like that the pre-made seasoned salt already has all the flavors in it. No fuss. That's it. We're ready to go. Tonight I'm not going to be adding any extra veggies. Sometimes I might chop up some onion just for the aroma. Always smells nice in the house. Some celery sometimes. But we've got the chicken ready to go. I'm going to take off the gloves. Now the oven is preheated. It took about 15 minutes for the oven to preheat. And this baby's ready to go right in the oven. All right, as soon as I put it in, I'm going to put my little kitchen timer on. 15 minutes. So at 425, I'm allowing this chicken to roast for 15 minutes. During that 15 minutes, this is where I start the next phase of dinner, which we're going to have some delicious baked potatoes. And let me tell you, they're delicious. Ask anybody that's had them. And I'm also going to have some oven roasted zucchini. So as that's roasting, that first 15 minutes, I'm going to get into prepping my potatoes so they'll be ready for the oven. Now when I make baked potatoes, I usually make more than just 2. I'll do a bunch of them at once so we can have some leftovers for the following day's lunches and dinners. Again, I've got some nice, lovely organic baked potatoes we're going to be making. I'm going to place those in the sink, and we're going to give them a good scrub. Okay, we've got our potatoes washed, and I've already pierced the potatoes, so we spared you the filming of that. That can be very good therapy if you've had a stressful Monday. You might want to go to town on those. I'm going to cook up 4 potatoes for this evening. So here's my magical little recipe. All you got to do, we're going back to some nice organic olive oil. Now you could put this in a bowl if you'd like the olive oil, and then just toss the potatoes in them. I just like to coat it over on one less dish I have to throw in the dishwasher. And my baking sheet I have lined with parchment paper, which that is a cook's best friend because, again, less time on the dishes on the other side. So I've coated those all the way around and pierced them. Again, easy, quick, little cleanup there with the gloves. Next step is going to be sprinkling these with kosher salt. So this is a little bit more of a coarse salt. Again, I'm using a natural sea salt that has minerals just the way salt should be, and the taste is very good compared to table salt. So we're just gonna generously sprinkle these potatoes. And of course you can flip them and coat the bottom side, or I just like to rub them around a little in the olive oil. There's enough salt there. So now I still have my chicken roasting. I've got my potatoes prepped and ready to go. So as soon as that 15 minutes is up, I'm going to take the oven down to 375 and continue to allow the chicken to cook for about 50 minutes to an hour, depending on the size of the chicken. And I always recommend checking the temperature, but usually for me and the organic chickens that I purchase, I've got it down to a science. It's usually about an hour, gives me a beautifully moist chicken. So once that timer goes off, I'm going to be putting the potatoes in, because these are going to take about 1 hour, and that temperature is at 375, and they're going to be really moist baked potatoes, the way that you like them, with a nice salty skin, or at least the way I like them, and again, compatible with the Easy Coach meal plan. So once I cook these up, for me as a female, I'm going to divvy up my portions, which for me is going to be half of one of these baked potatoes. And for my partner is going to be a full-size baked potato. And again, with the chicken, when that's ready to go, I'm going to measure out our portions. For me as an athletic female, I'm going to have about 5 ounces of chicken, and he's going to have about 8 ounces of chicken. Now we're going to move on to the oven-roasted zucchini. The last step we have is prepping the zucchini. So what I've done is, again, taken a small pan. I've lined it with parchment paper. I've washed and prepped the zucchini. I cut them into about 1/4 inch lengthwise, and now I'm going to coat them again. We're back to some more olive oil, so we've got plenty of the healthy fats that we need. So just lightly drizzling with olive oil. We're going back to good old salt and pepper. Remember, I like it quick and easy. No fussing around. If the recipe is longer than 6 ingredients, I'm pretty much not going to be making it anytime soon. So we use some sea salt, some black pepper, and I use some fine sea salt. And last thing is a little bit of shredded Parmesan cheese. Now don't go thinking I was shredding this Parmesan cheese on my own. I bought this pre-shredded in the deli, and now I'm just going to give a little sprinkle over the top. So as this roasts in the oven, the Parmesan on the top gets nice and burnt and crispy. So there we go, good enough. Got my veggies. I've got some starchy carbohydrates with my potatoes, and then my protein with the chicken. So as soon as that kitchen timer goes off, letting me know that the 15-minute roasting time is up, the rest of my food's ready to go. Now remember, the potatoes, those are going to go into the oven as soon as the timer's up. I'm taking the oven down to 375, putting the potatoes in for that remaining hour, so the chicken and potatoes are cooking. And then the last 20 minutes is when you're going to want to put the zucchini in. That's all this needs. So now that this is ready, I'm going to put this on the stove top, get ready to go. And at this point, dinner's pretty much rolling on. I'm back. It's been about an hour since you last saw me. Timer's gone off and dinner's ready. So here we have chicken, as you can see. Looks beautiful, nice and easy to prep, as you remember. We have the roasted zucchini as well as the baked potatoes. So at this point, here's the final product. I have my meal all portioned out as per my Easy Coach meal plan. So I have the right amount of protein, right amount of veggies, and I have the right amount of starchy carbohydrate via my baked potato. And to top it off, I'm enjoying a little water in a wine glass, because why not? Wine glasses aren't just meant for wine. Sometimes just holding the wine glass is equally as enjoyable.